But I'm sure it's great to be back playing again, Kieron, and to have a hand in the winning goal so late in the game.
Yeah, it's always nice to come back after 2.5 months injury. So yeah, it's nice to come back and make an impact on the game, coming on at half time. And I always knew he was going to score at some point in the second half. I could just feel it, and yeah, thankfully he did at the end.
That's the danger zone for you, isn't it? I think we always know when you get the ball around the edge of the penalty area, whether it's right or left foot, it's going to hit the target.
Yeah, well, that's what I hope to do. Yeah, but yeah, when I always get in them areas, I always try and get my shots off. And yeah, Josh Coggy there laid me in perfectly to get my shot off, and I thought it was in, but keeper made a good save, and yeah, never made a good goal to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, typical striker's goal, isn't it? Really, I mean, getting on the end of something when the keeper doesn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, that's what we work on in training. But strikers always, getting in for the second phase, and that's what Never did there. And yeah, I'm pleased for him.
You've come back into a 4-4-2 formation, playing wide on the right hand side, and you almost created an opportunity for Josh, didn't you? The opening stages of the second half, when he tried to hit near post rather than far post, and the keeper made the save.
Yeah, well, because I'm a player who likes to come inside off the right. Mandra always says, make sure Cogs goes round the outside. So that's what he did, and that's why we broke in the second half straight away from kick-off. So, it's dangerous when we play like that.
You've been around while this long run of failures to get wins away from home has been taking place, and now it's back-to-back wins, and all of a sudden things change, don't they? It just shows you've just got to work hard and stay in games. I suppose that's the important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens in football. You have bad runs, you have good runs, and thankfully now we're on a good run. So hopefully we can keep this momentum up and keep going.
How frustrating has it been for you? Because I mean, you made a big decision, during the close season, signed the contract. Mickey's been talking about he's one of the best players in the division, so obviously a very important player for the club. And then, a challenge at Warrington Town pre-season, and you say 2.5 months out.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what happens, doesn't it? You just gotta deal with it. Yeah, like you said, pre-season got injured, didn't expect it. So yeah, that was gutting, and then I had to work hard to get back. And thankfully, I'm just starting to get back into the team now. I had to come on at half time today because I'm still getting my fitness up, but hopefully I can start the next game and keep pushing forward.
Is that the longest you've actually been on the sidelines with an injury?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the longest injury I've ever had. So yeah, it was a hard one to take, but I'm glad I'm back now.
And it isn't just the physical side. You talk about that, sort of working your way back to full fitness as well, but the mental side of it as well, surely, actually getting on the pitch again, and then the first challenge and waiting to see how your body reacts.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good players in the team, so it's hard sometimes to get into the team, especially when you're first coming back from injury. So you just got to work your way back in. And like I said, I'm doing that. I'm feeling fit, I'm feeling strong, and I'm ready to kick on.
With a few exceptions, it's a very, very young squad. One of the senior players now, Kieron. I mean, even more responsibility for you.
I know, he was training the other day, and he was doing shooting, going oldest to youngest, and I was the third one in the shooting. So I thought, Jesus, I'm getting old now. But it's good. It's good to have to have a young squad with fresh players. And it's good to have that balance as well with the experience. So.
And some of the players there, I'm thinking, Josh Hawkes in particular, somebody that has a similar sort of style to you, and you can help him. It's important to mentor the younger players, where you best can do as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of the same player as me, right? He likes to come in off the right and link up. So it's good to have that on both sides of the wing. We've just got to keep going now. We've got two wins now on the bounce, so I think we can keep this momentum going.
And you mentioned down the right hand side, obviously, Josh, his pace, he's had a season at Tranmere already, but young Bristow down the left hand side, as you say, playing alongside Josh on that side as well, and that's a different thing for defences to think about.
Well, that's what I mean. If me and Josh Hawkes playing on the wing, you've got them two fullbacks that are really quick, so they're always going to go around overlap, and that's always gives you 2v1 attacking. So yeah, it's good to have that. And
your versatility has sometimes meant you've played all sorts of positions while you've been at Tranmere. I mean, wide right, wide left, is that where you sort of feel most comfortable?
Yeah, I've always played on the wing from growing up, so I preferred right because I like to come in and cut in on my strong foot. I can play a lot of different positions, but yeah, I'd probably say right to my main role.
And when you've been out of the game for a while, sort of thing, I mean, the celebrations with the fans and just about everybody else at the end there, I mean, they're the moments you're waiting for to get back on the pitch.
Yeah, that was absolute scenes at the end there, to be fair, especially
especially the second half of the fans, going with the fans, it's always good. That was good.
I mean, they've always been behind you, haven't they? I mean, there's that little buzz every time you get on the ball. You must hear it from the fans as well.
Yeah, you definitely. The Swallows are amazing. It's a big fan base. So they always bring good crowds to away games as well. So it was perfect having them with us in the second half. And it's great to get that last minute goal.
And they've also been talking about consistency in the side. He said sometimes with younger players that's not so easy to get in terms of it, but you've set your mark now, haven't you, with 2 away wins, and just need to push on from that and just keep that consistency, because I think it's quite an open league this year.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about consistency. Keep playing well and keeping performances. And like I said, with young players in the team, if they're getting a run of games, that builds confidence for them. And with Kane up front as well, gives us that experience, and a few others in the team as well. It's good to go on. And
you touched on your fitness a little bit earlier on. You sort of said you're getting closer and closer. Obviously missed a bit of pre-season, but with that assist today, you'll be tapping on the boss's door and say another week's training, boss, and I might be ready for a start.
Yeah, hopefully. I think I'm ready mentally and physically, so I hope so. Let's see.